Hello everybody, it's Rave, and today we'll be working on the wheat farm. I still am not entirely sure where I'm going to put it. I kind of want to put it on the same level as this, but there's not much room up here. And I might be forced to move this house. Unfortunately. But that is the way it's starting to look. Or I can terraform a bit. This area over here, it's relatively flat. I can just cover it up. That cave is explored. I don't need it there anymore. I can fill in this area. That should be good. And I can even extend it out more. So I think that's what I might do. Because I would like to keep everything close together. And putting it down in the bottom down there would make it a little bit farther away. Not by much, it would just be going up and down, which eventually, if I get a minecart set up, it shouldn't be that far. But you know, always thinking ahead. I mean, maybe it wouldn't make that much of a difference. It really shouldn't. But yeah. I also noticed that down here, my wheat looks fully grown. Finally get rid of this farm. There's no real point to having it now that I have the one up there. Hi there, zombie. I heard you. I am aware you are there. Bread heals 2.5, I believe. So, save that until I actually need it. Because right now we're not going caving, so we shouldn't need absolutely full health. And there we go. That's taken care of. So yeah, this place also is a little open and white. I'd like to make it, fill it in with some trees, do something like that. Some trees of, you know, maybe that type, maybe other types. I think it would fit better if it was looked like a tundra. I believe it actually technically is. No, it's an ice plains. A tundra, I believe in Minecraft, has it has the trees on it. So yeah, I guess I will start work on that. Last episode, I got feedback saying that speed building wasn't good. The person who commented mentioned, sorry, I don't remember your name. Wow, there's a lot of zombies down there. Is this the spawner area? Maybe. The person, I can't remember his name or her name, mentioned, was this a new cave? It is, I believe. But they mentioned that speeding up dirt digging and stuff is fine. However, I think if it's something tedious like that, I may just completely cut that out, because you don't need to see me, you know, walking around here, running back to the house, picking up more dirt, getting dirt from other places, putting it back. So I'm just going to cut that out. I will join back in intermediarily. Words. I have a way with them. Or I've done away with them. It's probably better for that. And now I'm just pacing, so I better just get to work and do something so I can have something to show for it. So I will be back when this is filled in with dirt and ready to be built upon. Now, these zombies have kind of been annoying me, so I'm going to try to locate them. So there's a bunch of them, and if it's a dark area, I want to light it up. And just get a pickaxe out. That one's almost dead. I'll have to revert to a wooden one. But I believe I can hear them in here. Oh god. Take them on, take them on. Just take the skeleton, it's fine. I'm not on hardcore mode or anything. Not super hardcore mode. I'm watching a bunch of people play super hardcore mode. If you're interested if you're interested what Super Hardcore mode is, it is a mod where you cannot regain health within the exception... Wow, lag. Within the exception of golden apples and regen potions. So, no spawner, just dark cave. It's proving to be very interesting. And just light the area up. Get to level 4. Be generous here. Wow, it was right below the surface. You can even see a bit of grass there. Well, this is grass, which let me just check. Yeah, this is yeah, it's interesting. Just put that back for aesthetics above. And so yeah, light this up generously just in case we want to build ourselves a mob system in the future. Not that generously, though. Because coal is something, or charcoal is something that we can get a lot of because of the tree farm now. So using up coal is not a problem, and is almost useless to even try digging up. The only reason that it would be worth digging up is because it might reveal iron. But yeah, I might still go for it, might not. That was surprisingly anticlimactic, there wasn't much there. But I guess I'll get back to dirt filling and terraforming. As you can see, I only have a stack and about a half of dirt, which means that I may have to dig up some in some other place, which I might take it off of other areas, but I'll try to keep them looking semi-natural. For instance, that's a really flat area right there. I might shave some off the edges, make it look a little bit more round, and just take some off in general. And I'll have to wait until it snows in order for that to come back. But yeah, I'll get back here, and I'll give you a progress report in a while. Also, I've noticed that that is missing a block and a torch. I will get to that at some point. Maybe. So, I've decided to go exploring just a little bit, not too much. But the house is over there, and I'm just going over here. I noticed there was some little peaks and stuff over there. I'll shave them down. I'm also taking down stuff like this. Just doesn't look good. Getting rid of it. Doesn't need to be there. Also, I need to find... I heard another zombie. Probably another cave. Well, most certainly has to be another cave. But, one thing I'm looking for... Oh! Okay. That's a mountain biome. Just looking at the cave over there. But one thing I'm going to be needing is sand for both sandstone and glass. Now, what's going to go on there is that there's a new wood type, or in 1.4. I'm currently in 1.2. Should be 1.2.3. I'm not sure that shows properly. Anyway, this should be 1.2.3. It's updated to 1.2.3. But in 1.2.4, there are new wood types. So if you take a birch tree, it'll turn into like this light wood. Drop down there. Ooh, yeah, I have the Optifine Clear Water, which shows pretty much nothing. It's underwater. There's nothing much there. Replace that with dirt. Remove these because it does look better as slightly spiky. But yeah, and I will be utilizing sandstone if I can get a hold of it, which obviously I will if I try hard enough. And But yeah, it goes well. That's where I was going with this. It goes well with the new wood type, the birch wood, and it's getting dark. As you can see, I can actually see the sky now. I'm just going to leave this. I see. Oh, it is getting dark now. I believe it is almost full nighttime right now, just because I have brightness turned all the way up. And mobs will start to spawn soon. Yep, it's pretty much full darkness now. And so yeah, I have some plans. That was dumb. So I'll go sleep and then eat something. And I hope some of the wheat over here has grown a little bit. I think I have enough to last me for a while, but it may be useful. It'll definitely be useful to have a lot more bread and such. Wow, okay, glitchy. But I have 2 and a bit of dirt, and I will continue filling out this platform here, which is turning out to be quite nice. Grass will spread on it, and I haven't had a snowstorm at all. None. Zippo. Zilch. Nadka. Nada? Nadka? Okay. I'm just gonna stop now. But yeah, I didn't mention this. I said I was thinking about building one underground, but I don't quite see the point to it anymore, so I think I'm just gonna build it above ground. It'll keep everything level and such. I believe I've extended out this quite enough, and in fact I'm getting close to the edge here, which I want to keep a little bit so I can actually navigate this when I'm not running around up top. But yeah, oh yeah, I said I was going to eat something. But I'm running at a much smoother frame rate, thanks to both Optifine and obviously turning off most programs. But one big thing that really affected it was what was happening is before the screen recording program was checking Minecraft to see what resolution Minecraft was recording in, and which, you know, causes a little bit of lag because it's checking Minecraft. It has to ask it, and Minecraft has to send back. Honestly, it's a really quick process, but when it's happening multiple times, you know, not every second, but every few seconds, I assume. It may be happening every second. But when it's happening multiple times like that, it's sure to cause lag and such. So what I did is I actually locked the Minecraft into a full screen, which makes it so it has a definite size that it's recording in, or it's playing in. Then the recording software picks that up. But not only that, Minecraft is not trying to check my computer's resolution, so it's not causing lag in that way. Oh, I destroyed that one. Which results in better frame rate. Now, obviously, I am not getting amazing frame rate. You know, it's not a perfect 30 frames per second, because, you know, obviously I'm running this on a laptop. I don't expect it to be perfect, and I'm pretty surprised I can get it here and run it in normal render distance. Also, you know, it's just Minecraft. Minecraft isn't particularly good at, you know, resource handling. It's been getting better, definitely, but it still has its issues. You know, there's random lag spikes every now and then, which, you know, even happen to big YouTubers who have amazing computers. I mean, Etho, if you've looked at his specs, they're pretty good specs. He's got an i7 processor, which is plenty enough to run Minecraft. You shouldn't need anything more than that, and if you need more than that to run a simple game like this, then there's a couple programming issues. Which, I mean, he's got a whole crew now. Well, I guess it's not Notch running the game anymore, it's Jeb. But, the crew is there to help with this sort of stuff. And, yeah, they have put out tons of performance bugs and stuff. But generally their performance things are, like specific crash things and stuff that happens to specific people, but not everybody. Which, is good, and, I can obviously respect that, because you want as many people to play your game as possible. But what that's leading into is they're not fixing the small things. There was a long time when, and when people knew exactly what a problem was, they knew that the trees were checking for if they could drop a sapling or not. And in order to do that, they had to check, well, are we connected to a wood block? How far away is that wood block? Etc., etc. And, then checking random, should I drop an apple, etc. And just lagging out the game, because you don't need all of those processes running at the same time, or you need to do it slightly more efficiently, because that would cause extreme lag in forests, which was particularly annoying, especially when I had a worse computer than this one. But, I mean, obviously that's why there are mods like Optifine, that give you a large selection over all the options in the game. So you can choose, do I want, all this stuff to be like this, or, do I want the water to be clear, do I want everything to be animated, do I want clear leaves, do I want fog, how far away do I want the fog, do I want clouds, etc., etc. They even have the Better Grass mod inside of Optifine, and such like that. So it's not just performance, there's a little bit of looks and stuff, and improvements. Just because that's an easy mod to do, taking the top grass and putting it on the side, But other stuff like that, it's the small stuff that, it makes the difference. For instance, you wouldn't think it, but there are some things in there that, how's that going to change my performance, I'm not even down at bedrock layer. How's the depth fog, how's that going to improve my performance? But it boosts it up a frame or so if you get rid of it. Also, certain things like that Minecraft just... Why did I make a pickaxe? I wanted a shovel. I wanted multiple shovels. But things like... What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Rendering geometry. There's an option in there for rendering specific things in the game. So, not rendering everything. So, it's essentially... I believe it's if you're not close to it, it won't render it as much. I believe that's what it is. It's either that, or if you're not looking at it, it won't render it, which saves a lot. And that's one of the biggest problems with Minecraft is that, and you can see this if you run a texture pack to see through the ground. And the fact is that you can see through the ground. Minecraft renders all the caves and everything. Like right now, I'm looking down, I can't see any of that, but what's happening is it's rendering it, and then it's rendering this over it. Either that, or it's rendering it in the background, and it's not even, the main thing is it's not making it to the screen. And when you're playing a video game, you don't need to see you don't need your computer to be working on rendering stuff that you're not going to see. You know, I don't need my computer to know all the planets in Spore and exactly what they're doing. I don't need to render all the planets. Is that a ravine? No, just a very big cave. And a lot of eggs. Might be a ravine. No, just a very big cave. Surprising. Oh, okay. Does that leave to... Wow, I've been there. And completely missed the larger cave. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I said I'd reach it later. But yeah, so small performance tweaks, stuff like that. Another thing that also helps is adjusting the way your computer reads all of the stuff. For instance, a recording software that records live game data records real time. It doesn't have time unless you have a really good computer, which even then, it's a really hard thing to do. It doesn't compress the video. That means it's taking raw pictures, essentially. It's not quite as large, I don't believe, but it's essentially taking raw pictures, and it's getting dark again, and compressing them into raw video. Now, that leaves a 15-minute video to be, like 5 gigabytes, 5 to 10 gigabytes, depending on how much is in the video. For instance, if I stare at the same wall for a long time, there's less colors that it's putting into the video, and it's not taking up as much space. It probably won't be that big. It'll still be big because it's taking down all those frames, but it's not going to be uberly massive. But, if I'm walking around doing all this stuff, everything's constantly changing, then it's going to be a relatively large file size. So what you need to do is you need to give your computer, or you need to give your recording software permissions to record to your hard drive. You need to give them as much permissions as they can possibly get, so they will override everything on your hard drive. Not everything on your hard drive, but they will be priority number 1, or close to it, because when you want to get as much data down as possible, so let's say 5 gigabytes in 15 minutes, that's a lot of data to go to your hard drive. And even then, what it has to do is it has to navigate around everything else going to that hard drive. So the operating system's reading from the hard drive, it's doing processes, it needs to know data on the hard drive. Minecraft is going to the hard drive. It's, every time something pops up, it's like, hey, I need to read that file there. Give it to me. And the computer does, and it has to. I guess technically it doesn't have to, but if you set the priority, then it will do it beforehand. And the same thing with recording software is, your computer, if it's doing other stuff and you haven't set the priority on your recording software to a higher priority, it will just kind of push it off, and it will set it as a task to put in the queue as opposed to immediately doing it. So allowing the recording software to have a much higher priority is entirely necessary. Also, what I'm doing here is I'm splitting Minecraft and the recording software between 2 cores. Because, honestly, Minecraft doesn't need more than 1 core if it's a good one to run. It should be fine as it is. And the same thing with RAM. People think, oh, well, my Minecraft is running slow. I should, give it 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabytes of RAM. That won't help on an ordinary playing of Minecraft. It may help on a server, and it almost will certainly help on a server, to the point where your wireless connection will then be the limiting factor, and it will no longer be the computer in certain situations, because you need multiple players to be updated, and they need to have data on command. So that's why it might help there. So you have, you can work on more players at once. But a single player Minecraft world will probably not benefit from it. Probably. It really depends. If you have a bunch of mods installed, hey, maybe it might take it. Oh, it was next to ice, that's why it broke. And so yeah, if you have a bunch of mods installed, maybe it'll help it. I don't know. I run Optifine, which is the opposite of a mod that takes a lot of memory. It reduces as much as it can. But something that adds so many new items, maybe if you have an HD texture pack, maybe you need more RAM for that. I haven't tried that, mainly just because rendering as much stuff as possible isn't, instead of rendering 16 by 16, it has to render much more, which my computer probably couldn't take that, especially since it isn't recording at full capacity now. Also, it doesn't seem that these trees in here are growing. I don't have any saplings right here. But I'm also a little concerned. I should really organize so I know exactly what's what. Make 4 that, and plant the sapling. I'm not sure if the tree growing mechanic was added in 1.2.3 or if it was added in 1.2, because I can't point up there. I'm actually thinking that 1.2 up there is actually true for some reason. I don't know why. I accidentally updated to 1.2.4, and I then took the backup that I had in my folder labeled 1.2.3, because I've been keeping backups now, just as good practice. Keep backups of worlds, keep backups of the actual Minecraft, just in case something goes wrong. Like if there's a breaking bug in the version that you update to, you don't want to lose your world. You don't want to lose data in there. You also want to be able to get back to the old version, so you don't have to wait for Jeb to release a fix for it. Everything like that. It's always good. You are close to the house, and I have enough eggs. I can probably get another one of yous. So I believe I probably have enough here. Excuse me. I might actually extend this a little bit more. But that will be done off camera. But I believe I have enough here to build the wheat farm, which will be above ground. I believe I mentioned that. And I'm not sure, however, I believe I'm getting near to the end of the recording for today. And I will check the exact length and see how long it's been. Well, indeed it has been about half an hour. That should be good for today. Another thing you may have noticed is that it's not... You may have noticed that the other episodes were labeled, at least, 720p. That's not entirely true. That's just what I was rendering them out because Windows Movie Maker doesn't have an option for anything less that will fit YouTube. So what I'm trying here is I'm going to try to record in a lower resolution. I'm actually recording in 360p right now, which should be a good resolution. It's a pretty standard. It's the generic one. unless you've set your settings otherwise that YouTube will automatically default to when you start loading up a video. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that. But that means that that it's going to be faster upload times for me. I can get better frame rates. You know, you probably didn't watch in HD. It's, you know, it's just the reality of it. And so yeah, it's probably not going to affect anybody. In the future, if, you know, anything comes out, I get a better computer, I get a better internet connection, then I may start recording in actual 720p, because before, even though it was labeled 720p, it was probably more like 360. Even before I was uploading, and it was saying 480, 460, anyway, the resolution that comes after 360 and before 720, I believe it's 480. Even though I was uploading in that, or it appeared as that, it wasn't actually being uploaded as that. One trick I was using in the tags was because it wasn't actually uploading in widescreen resolution, the resolution that YouTube uses, it doesn't, it wouldn't pop up properly on screen, so I would add in the tags a little thing that says stretch it from this current size to YouTube size, to 16:9, and it would do that. But it also put in the comments to make it HD, which only made it 480, so technically wasn't HD, you know. But yeah, so that it shouldn't affect anyone, and if it does, I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to be like that for a while. It's just much easier. I found a much easier way to only sleep at night. I found a much easier way to record and output in 360p without going through Windows Movie Maker, because I wanted to get off of that for a while, just because it's Windows Movie Maker, it's not particularly good. I swapped over, if you are interested, to, wow, I can't remember the name of it, Virtual Dub, that's what it is. I'm not going to cover much more than that. There's probably tutorials out there on how to work Virtual Dub. It's pretty simple. You just stick in your videos, and what I'm doing at least, you just stick in your videos and you compress it using a codec, you know, that's a better compression than the ones that they give you, so you have to download that. You also use a different codec for the sound. But anyway, I guess we didn't actually get to the wheat farm. We just got to making the platform. But next episode will be the wheat farm, and I will see you next time.